Hello, everybody. Hi. Happy Monday. I hope your week is starting off awesome and perfect and great. I am going to be doing the Divine Union energies. So we all have feminine and masculine energies. We all have yin and yang. We all have divine and physical energies going throughout our entire being, our entire existence, and really merging those two and understanding both and understanding how the two reflect each other is like super helpful for our healing, for our transformation, for our transmutation, and just for us to be able to really manifest and live the life that we really desire. So it's really useful to look into. I'm going to be looking into the energies, and I'm going to be looking into the guidance for those energies and for the union of the two. So just go ahead, close your eyes, ground, take a breath, and ask for the messages that you most need at this time. So we have the Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I can't remember who this is right now. I feel like a bad Supernatural fan now. Who is that? Anyone know? Comment below. But the Five of Cups is about feeling like left behind, left in the cold, just like sad, feeling like your connection with someone has ended, has just like ruptured, has just fallen apart, fallen away, but not noticing the two cups standing behind you, feel like knowing that there is still something there to save, knowing that there is still a foundation there. So if you're feeling lost or desolate or like everything has just fallen apart, it has not. Things have just started to move, started to change, started to like redo itself. The things that are important are still there. So the divine feminine energies this week are the World. It is about completions. It's about endings. So it makes sense that we have that Five of Cups at the bottom of the deck, right? Because things are ending. Things are just completing. Like if things are just closing up. And I'm feeling that a lot of this is actually pretty clean, like clean breaks, clean endings. It's more the emotions that are involved that are making it into something sad, that are making it into something that might be, like difficult or, just like endings are sad, endings are difficult. A part of your life, a part of who you are is dying, is dead, is ending, is, like even if it's something that we want to happen, even if it's something that we've been waiting for, it's still sad when things end. We can be happy about the new things, we can be happy about everything that we're bringing in, but it's like, okay, to say hello to this, I have to say goodbye to that, and that's not fun. But so like it's funny because in this picture everything is the same color, right? It's like that blue, gray, black color. But then in the rear view mirror, it's all red. And that is the only color difference in this entire image. So it's kind of like looking in the rear view mirror and using it to ground yourself, right? With that red, that root chakra feeling, right? Like, okay, those are the stepping stones that I took to get me to that spot. And just like, I'm just seeing this image in my mind about placing one foot on each stone, walking forward, walking past these things, having that firm groundedness and protection, right? Feeling the earth beneath you, the stone beneath you, the stepping stones, right? Because I keep seeing stepping stones, like walking on the stepping stones. And having that in your rear mirror, like I came all this way and all of these steps have led me exactly to where I am. And they were firm foundations because they were rooted in the earth, right? They're stone. It wasn't like earth steps. It wasn't like concrete steps. It was like stone steps So they were strong and they were there, like they were previously put there, whether by you or whether by the divine or like whatever you want to think about as having put it there. They were purposefully put there for you to get where you are. When you're on a highway, like Dean and Sam here on their like quest, right? You have to go past other freeways, you have to go past other highways to get to the one where you are. And sometimes those drives can be super long because they're going from state to state. But anyway, right, they spend that time together, getting to know each other, really reflecting on who they are, and still like covering ground. Like even though that time felt tiring, and even though that time felt like nothing was happening or they weren't doing anything because they were just trying to go from destination to destination, that time in between was still just as important. And that's why they have that episode from the point of view of the car, from the Impala. So the guidance for the Divine Feminine is the Queen of Bones and the Page of Pentagrams. So if you saw my counterpart check-in on Friday, it was like someone really wants to talk to you, but they know that you're someone who can really hold their ground, who doesn't come back, who really thinks logically and takes logical steps, and is really powerful for that. And they really admire you for that, but it's also really scary to come to you when they knew that they did something wrong. So I'm definitely getting that feeling here again. But the guidance here is to stand in your power, to think logically, to know that you have taken these steps for you, right? And that you have all the power here to make your own decisions. And that you can pave a way any way that you desire, any way that you want. And even if it's one small step with that Page of Pentacles, one small step at a time, you can look at the small picture right now, because you're going to be getting a big picture image later. All right, I'm going a little slow here because we only have 14 minutes and it's been almost 10. So for the Divine Masculine energy, we have the Tower. So that is very close to the world in completions, but this is something that is like rocks your world completions. This is something where something that was built on a faulty foundation falls because not you, I'm not saying you, I'm just saying like hypothetical you, didn't dare to look at it and to reassess and to take away what wasn't built properly, to go back to the foundation, because you're like, I just built this whole building, right? So like, why would I take away from it? Like, I just spent all that time building this up and building this up only for it to come crashing down. Like, what? So like, you don't want like to do that yourself. You don't want to undo what you did, but because you're not personally choosing to do that, the divine is stepping in with divine intervention to be like, okay, this is not good for you, this was not built properly, and just to like tear it down. And if you see her face, she's very, So the guidance for the Divine Masculine is to really focus on building yourself, building your home, building your foundation, and really just like feeling good about yourself, and really focusing on caring and like, I don't know how to explain this. 1111 on the screen. Like build your home, like kind of a touristy vibe. Care for it, nurture. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. Nurture yourself, nurture your home, nurture your abundance. So focusing on your abundance in your home and yourself, and like making yourself feel comfortable and stable because of that instability that is coming in. Because of that instability that is rocking your world, you need to find something that does make you feel stable, so that you don't feel crazy and out of this world. So for the Divine Union energies, we have the Hangman with some casts. We have the King of Pentagrams. We have the Moon. We have some cool characters in these cards. We have the Seven of Wands, and we have the 8 of Swords. So for the divine union energy, we have someone who was stuck and someone who was waiting and someone who was putting a pause as they were trying to build their repertoire, as they were trying to build their stability, as they were trying to build their career and their income. And then the moon, like literally with these eclipses and this retrograde, these retrogrades and this full moon, new moon cycles, brought to the attention their intuition and their like feelings that were suppressed, that were pushed down. So like that weight, now they're overthinking. You could be overthinking, right? About all of this waiting and all of this time that had been misspent, all of this time that has been unaccounted for, that was spent doing something that didn't end up anywhere with the completion and with the tower, right? Like putting your energy into the wrong spot, except that it wasn't the wrong spot, right? It was those stepping stones to where you need to be. So the guidance for the divine union energies is the Magician in reverse, right? This is what fell on the floor. It is taking a step back from really trying to build that bigger picture, really try to manifest that bigger picture, and to focus on the small picture right now, focusing on that next stepping stone instead of all of the stepping stones, focusing on what your next step is instead of all of the steps and the end destination. Focus on, right? Because sometimes when we're driving, right, it's like we forget where we are. We do driving hypnosis, highway hypnosis, right? Where you forget that you're even driving. But we don't want to live life through autopilot. We want to be exactly in our driver's seat of our life and of ourself and what we're feeling. So just for right now, not for always, just for this week, focus on the next step. Focus on the small picture rather than the big picture, just for this week, if you resonate with this reading. And if you need any help from me, if you need any guidance, if you need anyone to talk to, I am right here.